Welcome back, folks. I am John Najarian, and this is 3 at 3. 3 at 3, every business day, we try to bring you unusual option activity. That's calls that were bought on the offer in big numbers, puts that were bought on the offer in big numbers. And then we try to follow that. We more or less act like surfers. When that wave starts to pick up, that's when we're on. And then we try to ride it as long as we can. And if the wave all of a sudden drops and doesn't work, we get out like that. Now, I did a little video this weekend describing how I am much shorter term on my trades right now. I would encourage you to check that out on Twitter. But the gist of it was that given how volatile the market is and how fast up and down movements are happening these days, I have shortened up, so I'm no longer holding out for 100% on the upside before I take half off. I'm probably doing that at 50 or 60%. And to the downside, if it's not working, I'm not letting it run 50% against me, even though these are options. And we all understand that when I'm putting on an option spread, when you're putting on an option spread, we're probably talking about something that is 25 to 75 cents. It's certainly not a $30 stock. It's a leveraged bet on that $30 stock that we've spent perhaps 25 cents, 50 cents, 75 cents. So if I've spent 75 cents and it falls to 35, I'm out in the past. These days, if I spent 75 and it falls to 50, I'm out. So I'm just giving you a little insight. Again, I did a several minute video on that over the weekend. Would encourage you to check it out on Twitter, the new Twitter. All right, this is a little look at some of the movements of the VIX. Obviously, with that recovery yesterday, the VIX fell back down. Well, it's back up today. It's up $4.28, traded to a high of 31.78 right now. As of that picture, it was 31.30. Look at the bottom of that page, the June and July. That's 615 and 720 expiring VIX futures. Look at where they are. And you could look in the last column. They're 29.50, 29.40. So what I'm looking at right now, folks, is that we've got a much higher in the front than in the back on the curve right now. And that's usually a sign that we're close to exhaustion. It worked already this week once. It could be setting up to do that again. Just thought I'd share this with you as well. This is a quick notification of GDP in the United States and some of the 10 biggest countries after the United States. As you note there, the US is 21 trillion in GDP. That was 2020. China 14.7, Japan 5. So in other words, we are 4 full times bigger than Japan. Germany 3.8, and you get the idea all the way down. United States is the big dog. 24.5% of global GDP is right here in the US. Another reason that I pay attention to what goes on in Europe, but I'm not necessarily married to any of what goes on in Europe as an indicator. And by the way, for all the folks that would denigrate us, Pete and I, when we would talk about, no, I don't have investments in Europe, hardly any. And one of the big reasons was currency. Take a look at where the euro dollar is right now. If you're invested in any of those European stocks, not only are you taking it in the can from the stock going down, you're also seeing depending when you got in, you're more likely seeing that you got in at 118 to 124-ish. That's dollar to euro. And right now it's pushing down towards that 103 level again. You're taking it on both sides of that trade, folks. So liquidity, yep, that's always one reason that we cite. The other is that currency translation. And the third is, well, they just don't trade the same sort of volumes that we do. So again, entry and exit are much more expensive. RebelCon 2022, September 21st through 24th in Dallas, Texas, at the Four Seasons. I hope you can join us. It's going to be fabulous. We're lining up a ton of great speakers. It'll be smaller than Vegas last year. We loved Vegas. And many of you said you loved Vegas, but you particularly asked us for a slightly smaller venue because when there's 1,000 people there, it's nice to meet people, it's nice to mingle, but it's really tough to meet a majority or to meet a bunch of like-minded people that are in the same sectors as you and so forth, that are following the same sort of signals, technical or our signals, whatever it might be. That's why we've picked Texas, middle of the country, cheap to get to, and we think it'll be a fabulous experience. They are selling out fast. So if you'd like to attend, get that ticket reserved now. You can do that by going to marketrebellion.com/Dallas. That's marketrebellion.com/Dallas. All right, Paramount. So they're buying puts in Paramount. I know Farmer Jim loves this one. I also know that we've all kind of taken it hard from the streamers lately, even though I bought much cheaper than some of the folks on halftime when I bought at $2.19 and sold upside calls against it. I'm now feeling the pain because the calls that I've sold didn't protect me down $19. They protected me down about $8. So basically to 211, I was okay. I need to roll these down. Any of you who are in similar positions know that this is a very tough space right now. And somebody gets in and buys nearly 600,000 share equivalent of the Para, which is Paramount, P-A-R-A, May 29 puts. That was when the stock was 30.33 this morning. So this is a prediction, of course, by that big put purchase that shares might be trading to the downside. Doesn't mean I'm rooting for it, but I do have a short position on right now. All right. Now let's talk CryptoConvo. That's CryptoConvo.com. Free conversations that I have with leaders in the industry of crypto, of blockchain, of DeFi, of Web3, all of that. CryptoConvo with me, John Najarian. You can go to CryptoConvo.com. It's going to be going up on Clicks TV and Roundtable.io, as well as that other streamer that I told you about. That's all coming, folks. So if you'd like to check it out, this week's guest, Russell Starr, DeFi Technologies, publicly traded company that basically does a whole bunch of things in Web3. They have made investments that they have 10x'd in Web3. They do exchange traded products. You've heard of exchange traded funds. Exchange traded products are similar. So they have an exchange traded product that trades over in Europe. Depending on who you trade through, you could trade it. ETPs are a big deal over there. And those exchange traded products have, right now, they have $250 million in AUM in DeFi tech. They also get money for all the nodes that they maintain to the tune of, I think it's $15 or $20 million annual run for that. And then they've got this other Web3 exposure for gaming and all the rest. Fabulous company, DeFi Technologies, DEFTF is the symbol. Check it out and go view CryptoConvo. We try to hold them to under half an hour and give you as much as you can take as far as understanding of what the opportunity is. This one trades at about half. I think it's got a tremendous upside. Full disclosure, I own some DeFi tech. Let's talk about natural gas, which I also own. I bought calls today in natural gas, the UNG. These are weekly calls. They expire this Friday. And stock was, or the ETF was 24.34. They bought 250,000 share equivalent of the 29th of April, 25 calls. I'm in. I'm following right along with them. And I'm going to be running to the upside after this softening of energy over the last few days because of China on the shutdowns and lockdowns. I think it's going to go right back to work. If you want a little more time to be right, I can't blame you. I am long further out in time as well. Bang. Next one, ARKF. This is the ARK FinTech. And oh my gosh, has this one just been taken apart? They're still betting it goes lower, folks. 29th of April, 2150 puts with the ARKF ETF at 22.39. So they're basically betting it drops another buck by Friday. And if it drops quickly like that, these calls will hockey stick. And you need to be aware that any of the stocks that I've talked about that have options that expire this Friday, you need to be very cognizant of what I started the podcast with today. And that is, you need to be taking profits quickly. You need to be hitting those losses fast. So if you buy puts at the 22 strike, at the 22.50 strike, at the 21.50 strike, whatever strike you buy, if it's not working and it starts to move against you, walk away. On the other hand, if it's working and you're making money, take some off fast. Let a little bit more run, take some more off fast. That's my trading strategy right now for virtually everything, especially these short-dated calls and puts that we're tracking. And you can go to marketrebellion.com/get started to learn more. That's marketrebellion.com/get started. And you can learn a lot more about exactly what we do and how we do it. We can teach you. We've got online learning. We've got coaches. We've got mentors. We've got so much that can help you be a better trader, able to manage your risk the way we do. Learn how a floor trader does it, folks. marketrebellion.com/get started. Hey, I'll see you tomorrow. I hope you have a good night. I know it's a tough day in the markets. Let's make some money with the puts. Bang.